In the Supreme Court case Peckingham versus North Carolina, which suggests that most would agree that the internet is the most accessible way for a person to exchange views, especially via social media. More recently, especially as seen on TikTok, the actions of public figures, i.e. some celebrities, and silent mods shutting down smaller creators, whether it be banning or suspending accounts without warning, using silent mods to harass, threaten people off the internet in some examples. This is usually a response to someone not liking what might be discussed about themselves, and then resorting to like a guerrilla-esque tactic. Yes, everyone should have the right to defend themselves and their work, but with such events continually happening, a lot of questions remain unanswered when it comes to the speculation of a public figure. What is and isn't acceptable speculation when it comes to a public figure or a public figure's work? What topics shouldn't be discussed, or at least discussed in a different manner? Could this be once again due to the desecration of social norms via social media, or that anyone can be who they want to be on the internet and the social barriers in physical society have been removed? And if a public figure doesn't specifically lay out what isn't and is allowed to be discussed, then who is in the wrong? Is the observer who wants to comment on the public figure, especially when some public figures are intentionally poking the bear for a reaction from the observers? Under the First Amendment, there's content-based and viewpoint-based restrictions. Content discrimination applies to particular types of speech based on the topic or subject matter discussed. Viewpoint-based discrimination is also based on content, but they go a step further by discriminating against particular views held about a specific subject matter, suppressing one viewpoint while allowing the others. Viewpoint-based restrictions are unlawful under the First Amendment, regardless of what type of form is at issue. Is social media a public or private form, even though it's a private company? With the First Amendment, it protects the government from punishing or censoring or oppressing your speech. And if social media is a private company, they can censor as needed. But once again, as cited in the Peckingham versus North Carolina Supreme Court case, the First Amendment protections apply to online and offline speech. And if TikTok is not U.S. owned, its use in the United States, wouldn't it make it a public forum? Wouldn't that make the intentional censorship of someone expressing viewpoints be a form of viewpoint-based discrimination? A violation of someone's First Amendment rights, even though it's a social media platform? Once again, there's a major gray area of what is and isn't available for discussion.